welcome back to another episode of House of Queens. We've been talking a lot about conspiracy theories over the past few weeks. I mean, we've been talking about the 9/11 one. We've discussed the ice wall. I'm not sure if you guys heard about that one, but some crazy shit about aliens being on the other side of the wall. Should check that out. There's also a latest one that's coming up that's been like circling around like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, the likes, about Israel and Hamas. I don't know. Like, what do you think about that, Dina?
So the conspiracy is that let's start from the beginning. Okay, let's start from the beginning. The IDF is one of the most strongest militaries out there, not because of their power, but because of their intelligence and their technology. Right. How did you not see someone coming through claiming, Hamas just goes in and blows up a music festival, right? How did they not see that coming?
I think they actually did, though.
They did. That's what I'm saying.
And they were using that as ammunition to do what the hell they're doing to this day.
Absolutely. They're using that as an excuse to commit genocide.
Correct.
And there's no other way to describe it.
Right. And they want to play victim after doing all of it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting to me. Like, I don't have anything positive to say. And it's really unfortunate. Like, I have friends who are from Israel and they know where I stand on this. They know, like, I'm not with the shit. Like, I'm just not. I think everything, like, what they've been doing over the past few months have been absolutely wrong. And there's no excuse for it at this point in time, especially just attacking random civilians. You know what I'm saying?
No, and the ratio is crazy. It's like, last time I checked, it was 1 in 100 or something like that. Meaning they claim that there's 30 to 40,000 Hamas members, right?
Yeah.
So in order to wipe them all clean, you're gonna have to kill 3 to 4 million Palestinian civilians.
Are you fucking serious?
Dude, like, how does that make sense in anybody's mind? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it, because it's like, you don't know where they're at, right? And not only that, they just bombed Lebanon. They bombed Beirut. They bombed Syria. Like, they're bombing 3 countries at this point to get to Hamas.
When the hell did they do that?
Not too long ago.
Like, a month ago?
No, Beirut was very recent. I think it was like this week.
Oh, wow.
So, what I've been seeing going around is Israel is the only country that can simultaneously bomb 3 other countries and still claim to be the victim.
It's crazy too, because like they've been fucking with these people since 1948.
That's another thing. Like, all of this didn't start on October 7th.
Yeah,
it started in 1948.
And people tend to not realize that. And that's the disturbing part. I was speaking, like I said, with one of my friends who's from Israel, and he is under the impression that Israelis have been doing Palestinians service by even letting them keep the land. Like, he's under the impression that this land belonged to Israel from the beginning of time. And I don't know what they're teaching them in schools.
No, and that's another thing that needs to be cleared up.
There's a map. There is literally a map.
So, being a Jew and being a Zionist are 2 very different things, right? Whatever the Zionists believe that in their religious book or whatever, they follow, is that land is supposed to belong to them regardless.
Yeah.
Right? And the Jewish people know that that's not their land, so they're not going to go and kill innocent civilians to get it. Mm-hmm. So I just want to emphasize that that's 2 very different things. There's Jews all over the world in support of Palestine.
Oh my goodness. There was a, not a rally, but a protest in New York City. I was looking on like Instagram and TikTok not too long ago, probably like right when this first started on October, and there were so many great Jewish people that were showing up in support of this. What we're doing is wrong. Like, this is not okay. And then on the flip side, you have the Zionists who are like, we're protecting ourselves. We have the right to defend ourselves. And
From what?
Like, sure.
From who?
Hamas, right? I get that. But
I'm not always do this. When someone says Hamas, I'm gonna be like, all right.
Why? Elaborate.
Because they use Hamas as an excuse to commit the genocide. Who are you defending yourselves from?
Well, I mean, from October 7th, they're saying it's the people, Hamas, that went in and shot up that concert, right? Again, that's their excuse. That's their reasoning behind it, right? But at the end of the day, there's no excuse to continue to attack innocent civilians.
No, and
at all.
The number right now
disturbing.
is there are over 30,000 in 85 days.
Yeah.
That's how many Palestinians were killed.
Yeah.
30,000, more than 30,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, that's like gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
No,
I
it
cannot
is.
believe it. And I also heard I have a lot of Palestinian friends. I was very familiar with the situation from the beginning, to be honest with you, because I can relate to it.
Right.
Albanians went through the same thing in the Yugoslavian war, genocide, same thing.
Native Americans, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's very like,
Africans, same thing.
relatable, dude. And it's like, my Palestinian friends have told me about their direct experience with the IDF and what they do. And apparently, the IDF pays people $4,000 a week to be a part of the IDF. You don't have to be Jewish. You don't have to be Israeli. That's why, I don't know if you saw that picture, but there was a picture of 2 IDF soldiers laying in a kid's bed with a blanket and posing all funny after just murdering their family.
I did not see that picture, but I'm glad I didn't.
But it wasn't like graphic or anything. It was just them 2 in like a kid's bed with the blanket, but they did not look Israeli at all. They were like South Asian. So with what I heard, that goes hand in hand because like they're paying people to essentially be a part of, they're paying people to be a part of this. I don't even know what to call them. Like
genocide?
No, they're military, but I don't
okay.
even want to like call them that. Like they're inhumane.
Yeah.
That's not what you do to people.
Right.
And it's freaking crazy to me, to be honest with you. And I mean, I've had friends who have gone to Palestine who they say that, one of my friends I just spoke to, he said that, they would go visit family and go on vacation in Palestine, and they have checkpoints everywhere. The IDF has checkpoints everywhere. And they would stop you, check your car for 2 hours, make you stand in the rain, take your shoes off, stand in the mud for no reason.
Sheesh.
Like, just torture you and play around with you like you're some puppet for no reason, just because they can, right? And it's, like I said, it's just disgusting.
Yeah.
How they treat humans.
Yeah. Specific humans. At that, and they say it's not. Do you think it's about religion?
No, because they've killed. I mean, Palestine isn't just a Muslim.
Yeah, they have
country.
Christians.
They have Christians. They bombed a church. Like, that lets you know right there that it's not just a situation with Islam and Muslims. It's a situation with every other religion because...
And also just control.
Yeah, and having control.
Yeah, they're like grade A narcissists. I mean, if you look up narcissism in the textbook, I'm pretty sure you'll find a picture of...
The idea.
These people are insane. And it's really terrible, too, because this situation, I feel, has... and is continuing to cause more and more division amongst people. Like I said, like I had a friend that is from Israel, and this was one of my best friends. But once the situation took place and we didn't see eye to eye on the situation naturally, right? It just caused so much friction between us. And it's continuing to with other people as well. And it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, what needs to happen is this shit needs to stop.
Ceasefire.
If only it were that easy. If only we had a competent group of people.
If only we had a competent president.
It's not even just him. There are so many other leaders in other countries that are like, no. I think Germany's one of them.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't see that.
Germany's definitely one of them.
I know America's one of the biggest ones.
Oh, of
America
course.
has a lot of control. If America were to come out right now and say, like, ceasefire, I promise you everybody would be on
Yeah,
board.
but the only reason why they're not is because at the end of the day, and this is another conspiracy, but Jews run this country. Okay?
Definitely.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, our president, whomever, they're puppets. That's how I look at it.
I agree with you.
And that's the reality to me.
Yeah.
Other people might think otherwise, but until they say so, this is going to continue, and no one knows obviously for how long this will continue, and that is the most disturbing part. And
but you know what I wanted to add is, I'm just like, you know, there has been situations in the past that obviously those situations that took place in 1948 and beyond, before social media, and even in my country when you know, the breakup of Yugoslavia was happening and that war broke out, there wasn't necessarily social media or other people speaking up on it. You know what I mean? Now that social media is huge and everybody has a platform to speak their thoughts and voice their opinion, and like there's Motaz who's literally posting everything from inside occupied Palestine, inside Gaza. He's posting everything, you know, and like people are really finally getting to see what's happening. So rumors are getting debunked. All of these things are coming to light now because everyone's coming together and speaking on it.
Yeah, so much so too, like Sean King.
Sean King is another really good one.
He's the GOAT, but they literally banned his Instagram like
they've
a
been
week
doing
ago.
that. They've been banning content. They've been shadow banning accounts. They've been like, there's so many things that they're trying to kind of shield from everyone seeing, and it's like, why?
Well, we know why.
I mean, yeah, we know why.
We know why.
The real ones know why.
The fake ones too. They just don't want to be upfront about it.
Another point that I wanted to make is that they have been bombing the West Bank as well, and Hamas isn't located in the West Bank.
Yeah.
You know, they're just in Gaza. But why are they bombing the West Bank if there's no Hamas there? Again,
I think it's a matter of control. Like they're ultimately trying to take that land back. That is right. It's not theirs. They're pretty much doing what they're trying to do back in 1948.
Yeah,
prior
but
to 1948.
You know, I actually saw a video of a girl talking about this on TikTok, but she was talking about how their goal is to essentially take over all of the Middle East, which is why, again, like I mentioned earlier, they're bombing other countries like Lebanon and Syria, and you know, Yemen is now interfering, and whatever ship crosses the Red Sea that has Israeli products on it, they seize those ships. So it's like certain things are happening to kind of, again, send a message to show that, hey, like, no, like you're not coming into anybody else's country. You're stopping.
It's done.
It's done. Like, that's it.
Finito. You know? But I mean, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it continues to unfold. I'm hoping as quickly as possible they do decide, like, let's ceasefire, let's end this, let's come to an agreement somewhere, somehow. But until then, I'm going to continue to talk about it. And hopefully, I think the both of us need to figure out, like, what we can do to, like, act more in terms of, like, making this a stop. Like, I know there are a lot of platforms where you can donate money.
Boycotting, protesting. You know, ultimately, everyone's doing what they can. It's just, it sucks to say that it's as much out of our hands as it is in our hands, you know, to educate people and to try to force everyone to see the truth.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, like I said, there's proof all over the internet of it now.
Yeah.
You know, those hostages that came out that were held by Hamas, saying that they were treated very nicely, you know, they were fed, they were given the proper hygiene, like, you know, the beheaded babies. Have you heard of that?
No.
Sorry, I'm going on like a whole different tangent, but Israel claims that Hamas beheaded like 30 babies or something, and like they came out and said, actually, no.
Yeah.
We didn't. Like, we never said that or something along those lines. And it's like, dude, first of all, the one thing Hamas will never do, because they're Muslim and it's against our religion, is never rape, right? Don't rape women, don't rape kids, never kill children or women. It's like, you know,
let's talk about the number of babies that were killed by the IDF.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right? Like, I think it was something crazy, like the percentage of, like, and obviously because the men are going to war, right? But it's like 60% of the people that have been killed thus far
are kids and babies.
Are women and babies,
Women and babies.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's disturbing. And like,
so disturbing.
I love Sean King, but after a while, because his content was so graphic, I was like,
all of their content is graphic.
I have to like put a pause on this, because you remember that like 3 to 4 week period where I just wouldn't shut up about like all the shit I was saying with this. Like it was like really truly affecting my mental health, and I just like,
because it is. And like imagine we can shut off our phones and be
but
like,
it's still
bye,
happening.
but it's literally happening as we speak right now.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to realize that. I mean, we do realize that we live a privileged life, and a lot of other people don't get that same privilege and luxury to live how we are, going to bed every night, you know, not worried about getting our house bombed, our family killed.
Yeah.
It's definitely a privilege.
It is.
And, you know, it just sucks that we literally can't do much more than we're doing right now to...
We could if we decide to prioritize this. I mean, there's so many people in this world.
Yeah, not we in specific. I'm talking about in general. Yeah. I mean, coming together as a whole, boycotting. I've heard that a lot of the businesses have been seeing like a shift in their sales.
Starbucks, McDonald's.
For sure, yeah.
A lot of people cancel their Disney Plus accounts.
Yeah, but see, like, it's the little things like that that ultimately will
send a message.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you start messing with their profits and their pockets. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Like, where do you stand on this? Do you believe in that conspiracy we initially started out with about Hamas, like, and just the IDF just pretty much
using it as an excuse to commit a genocide?
We want to hear from you guys and get your thoughts on this matter. And like, if anyone has any further ideas of what we can do to continue to, you know, bring light to this and continue to support the civilians of Palestine, leave the information below, and we'll see you at the next show.